Naruto fights that dragged on too long. While some Naruto fights leave fans wanting more, others drag on and cause the audience's eyes to glaze over. Welcome back to our channel Anime Gusto, and in this video we are looking at Naruto fights that dragged on too long. Number 7. Sarutobi and Orochimaru's fight turned into tug-of-war. The third Hokage's war against Orochimaru got off to a good start. They both employed incredible ways that demonstrated how powerful they are. Fans were also able to see the talents of earlier Hokages. While Naruto's struggle against Gaara was exciting, it paled in comparison to the epic battle between the Hokages. However, when the third Hokage, Sarutobi, used the Reaper Death seal on Orochimaru, everything changed. Following that, the combat evolved into a game of tug-of-war between two characters that lasted far too long. It's a shame because the fight had been big and emotionally packed, but the ending just didn't work. Number 6. Choji ruined the fight against Asuma. Fighting their reincarnated sensei would never be simple. Not to add that it hadn't been long since he died, so the anguish was still fresh in their memories. While Ino and Shikamaru were able to ignore their emotions, Choji was a different story, and he was the reason the fight went so long. It's understandable that he was concerned about hurting Asuma, but the fact that he kept withholding his punches made the battle unpleasant and extremely aggravating for the viewers. He ultimately regained control of his emotions, but by then, supporters just wanted fight to be done. Number 5. Tsunade's fight is an example of show don't tell. Many of the characters mention Tsunade's strength and medical ninjutsu abilities when she is initially introduced. Furthermore, she's one of the legendary Sannin, so fans should expect a lot when she finally fights. Unfortunately, her first combat, in which she and Jiraiya faced Kabuto and Orochimaru, was a letdown. It took her far too long to summon the guts to confront anyone, and with her stated strength, Kabuto should not have been able to defeat her so easily. The fact that Naruto again had to defend her adds to the difficulty of the fight. Her struggle is yet another example of how women are portrayed in the series. Number 4. Kabuto ruined the fight by talking too much. While fans enjoyed seeing Itachi and Sasuke connect, their fight against Kabuto was uninteresting when compared to earlier Naruto encounters. Because Kabuto was such an unlikable figure, the character spent most of the fight chatting rather than fighting. His past was intriguing and the jutsu Itachi used was unusual, but it also appeared out of nowhere, which was a frequent problem for most of the strikes in Naruto's second half. By this time in the series, all of the characters had become overly dependent on the same assaults, which was tedious to watch. Number 3. Team Guy fought themselves for too long. While the idea of each member of Team Guy fighting a replica of themselves sounds appealing on paper, it doesn't work in practice. Sakura was fighting Sasori in a far more fascinating battle, while Team Guy was caught in a trap that made a clone of each of them. While each character has distinct and unique techniques, watching the characters mirror themselves become tedious. Not to add that the answer to the trap was clear. Thus, the fact that they didn't notice it sooner was particularly vexing. Number 2. Kiba's two-headed wolf didn't make the fight interesting enough. While the Sasuke retrieval arc is often regarded as one of the best in the series, not all of the fights were particularly memorable. Kiba's fight had some exciting moments and benefited from the fact that it was a 2-on-2 match, but it dragged on far too long. Kiba's attacks were not unique, so the fight quickly became repetitious. The two-headed wolf was amazing to watch, and it was a great moment when Kankuro came to save him, but it didn't make the fight any less tedious. Number 1. Shikamaru's fight didn't utilize his intelligence. Shikamaru is a genius who has come up with a slew of brilliant concepts throughout the series. His bout with Tayuya, on the other hand, is one of his weakest moments since it lacks the inventiveness of his earlier fights. The struggle between Shikamaru and Tayuya, like the one between Sarutobi and Orochimaru, developed into another tedious game of tug-of-war. Fans expected a lot more from Shikamaru, a guy that is as bright and inventive as he is, and this fight just didn't deliver. with that being said, it's time to end our video. Which of these fights have you watched? Let us know in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.